Great. I'm hiccuping right at the start of the show. No intros, James. Just do it.
All right. Welcome to Rogue Trader Strings of Fate, Episode 3, Shadow in the Warp. Previously on Rogue Trader Strings of Fate, trapped in the witch-cursed world system, the crew of the Hand of Calixis race to discover the fates of their astropathic choir and navigator. Nero discovers an insectile predator outside the navigator's oculus, which he easily kills, though he discovers Riani comatose within the chamber. It is quickly discovered that an infestation of dangerous warp predators has laid low the psychers and navigators of the small fleet. After the Fist of Ruin attempts to communicate with Port Wanda, the ship is overrun, leaving the crew of the Hand leading a desperate attack to save who they can from the stricken ship. And with the Fist of Ruin lost, the remaining ships escape back to the warp, bound for Port Wanda. Thought for the day, in the darkest of moments, the Emperor's light shines brightest. And I need to stop running these outros at like midnight because I put so many grammatical mistakes I have to quickly fix up in this bit, including naming your navigator Rihanna in my notes. So I apologize if that sounded a bit stumbly. So I think the last thing we saw was the ships doing the sort of two by two with your two remaining navigators leading the other ships into the warp to go back to Port Wanda. And we're going to skip ahead to the ships are now back in Port Wanda. It wasn't an easy warp journey because given the stresses on the ship mechanically of extending its gather field around another ship to drag it through the warp, it was slow going. You only had the single navigator with no backup team in each ship. So effectively, it took you the best part of 2 weeks to actually get back what would normally be about a 3-day journey. And both the navigators were basically awake all that time, just hyped up on go juice to be able to sustain themselves. And so by the time you get back to Port Wanda, both Wulfric Nostromo and Riani Zantai are both completely shattered and will need to sleep for a few days.
How do you do healing in that time? Sorry, you said it was 2 weeks.
You get back your toughness bonus every day. So I'd say that if you've been 2 weeks out, you'll be fully healed.
Okay, cool. Sorry, continue, please.
Well, one point one point a day if you're below 0, and then your toughness bonus above 0.
Yeah, no, I would be back up.
So you also need to find new astropathic choirs for the ship, which you won't be able to completely restock just on Port Wanda. So word will be sent for other locations to find some more astropaths. So you're expecting to be in port at Port Wanda for probably about a week before you can reasonably turn around and get back into the Moor again. Any questions or concerns with anything I've just said there?
So what you're saying is surely.
I'm saying it's an option.
Okay.
it's an option thematically. It's up to your captain as to whether you actually get it.
How long was it going to take to install the teleportarium? That was several months, right?
Several months.
Yeah, that's right. You've got to take the ship to a
dry dock. Yeah.
Dry dock. Yeah.
Okay.
I think essentially we have to take it to Scintilla.
But what if we take it to a wet dock? Like we find a floating ball of water in space and we just slam the ship into it.
Is this passengers?
I hurt more than I thought of it.
Yeah, we all drown. That's what happens.
Thanks for the gift sub, Tice the Betrayer.
So what's the ETA on getting the rest of the stuff that we need?
Well, Nero is currently using a jetpack.
So I think all the stuff that you ordered will now be in stock in that time.
I meant like as far as like the astropaths, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, I said you probably in that week turnaround you'll have here. You better sort that sort of stuff out.
Okay.
In fact, while you are like waiting in port, you get a communication comes through to the Hand from someone by the name of Tyleus Markov, who wants to meet with you to discuss your astropathic choir.
Okay, you mean what's left, or this is the
well? I mean, potentially, that they're interested in working with the ship or something. It's not there. It's more a case of I understand that you have an issue with your astropathic choir and looking to rehire. I'd like to meet with you. I believe we can be of mutual assistance to each other.
Okay.
Here's my contact details. But apparently, they're on Port Wanda, whoever they are.
Okay, so I'll accept. I also want to send a message over to House Nostromo if I can, if I have that contact.
Yep.
Saying that I'm interested in getting maybe 2 more navigators. Due to recent events, the interest has arrived.
So
now hold on a second. Let's just remember what we know about these guys, right? Didn't they kill somebody in our car, clean it up, and lie to us about it?
No, they didn't kill anybody in your car.
Just off the top of my head, I'm remembering this chain of events. Like, they treated us like garbage. They
checked our car to make sure I was who I say I was.
Yeah. Okay,
It
that's
just so
what it
happens
was.
there was someone else in the vicinity that was shot.
No, okay. All right.
Yeah, they didn't kill anyone in our car. They just left behind some evidence that they had, collected some Pierre samples.
And then something happened immediately afterwards where someone was killed. All right. So
someone was shot with the bolter round. You
just
heard it.
Top level, out of character, meta context. We really should not be trusting these people. Aren't they literally known as the Mad Navigators?
Yeah, so different navigator houses fall into different categories. So Nostromo is what is called a shrouded house, which is they are a house of ill repute. And the thing is that they are tied to the Harlock line, which is probably one of the reasons why they're seen as not trusted. Whereas House Santai is tied to the Cowles line. So certainly calling in more Nostromo navigators would be Harlock signaling your intent in that respect.
I don't want to get caught with the same situation again where we lose the astropaths. Fine, that's fine. Navigators, that's a little inconvenient.
Yeah. So House Santai is what's called a magisterial house, which is basically like a high nobility of astropaths.
Yeah, we like them.
Yes. Nostromo, I'm getting into more of the rogueness of the traders.
Getting in on the wild side.
Yeah.
So what's the decision in the end? Are we getting more Nostromo navigators, or are we getting more Xantai navigators? Or are we discussing it with our friends?
I think I want to make sure the options open for the future when we actually go to the place, being that the chance of going into, since we've essentially through context clues assumed that the place we're going to is going to have more of these things. It's going to kill more of our astropaths and navigators.
What? So are we going back there?
No, I'm talking about when we go to the Tesseract, et cetera, et cetera.
So Wolfric explained that these creatures that you encountered are native to the world of Mara as well, which is where the Tesseract is.
Yes.
Though he did also point out that the only reason that the Queen was able to exert her ability to lay eggs across such a great distance was because of the amount of warp energy from the warp rift that the Chaos Fleet had created. Otherwise, she would have been just stuck sitting honeypot messages like she had been up until now.
Really uncomfortable calling it honeypot for like 3 reasons. Super weird.
I'm talking from a Wi-Fi sense.
Okay, so so what you're saying is that situation should not happen again if we went to Mara.
No, he's saying it will happen again. It just won't happen like it did, right? We'll have to give you a lot closer.
Yeah, I can still recommend when you go to the surface, don't bring a whole bunch of astropaths and navigators because they're in danger on the planet.
No, it's just going to be nothing but nulls, man. We're going to deploy all of the nulls in like a phalanx.
I guess if we need
baby Bjorn and null onto every navigator.
It's no. It's Ogrins with force shields with a null on their back, and they form a square around us. That's we advance.
Why not just go full Borderlands? Just tie the null and strap the null with chains onto the front of the shield.
No, we need the null in the safe. Yeah, we need the null in the safe location. The Ogrin is the one we want to get shot, sir.
I was just making a joke. Okay,
Sir, we like our nulls.
we do. They've come in handy.
Spoon, do you really want to make a character that says, I am Groot?
I am Groot. No, it's just talking with chat.
Yeah, chat's active today. It's good.
Yeah, spicy.
Yeah. And Zonalar's there too. I was going to bring up the whole, not to Zonalar. If then Doctor was around, I was going to bring up the whole Games Workshop thing later on, but
Please no.
we'll tackle that later.
Man, listen, the Battletech community is apparently accepting all Warhammer refugees, so
That's interesting.
if you need to sail... Speaking of which, I just want to let people at home know that if this series suddenly disappears off the internet along with all my other Warhammer 40K work, it's because I've been sent a cease and desist.
Yeah, you know that we got God.
I intend to comply. That's not something I'm going to fight. I don't believe this show falls under their guidelines, but if they send it, we will be gone, and you'll never see us again.
In 40K.
I don't know. I feel like if I get got, man, I just got to stay in the grave, you know?
Okay.
I might have to just ship myself out to England and just wait to die.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I'll put an X. I'll put an X on the Nostromo. I will try to see if I can get another navigator from Armelin, which I believe that's what.
Now, sir, I have to protest.
Why? That's where your frog came from.
Well, no, he was pre-existing. The frog didn't come from that crew. The captain.
I thought he was.
He was from the crew of the ship captained by Dominic Armelin, but
Yes.
yeah, but he is still his anti-navigator.
Yes, he's one of ours, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the deal, right? Like, your navigators, the Xantai, are loyal to you. Our Melon's navigators are loyal to her.
Sorry,
They will leak any information we give them.
Apologies, I mixed up the information. We got Adrian from the rest of the Armelons, which
No, I don't think that's right either, sir.
yes.
I came from the Navy, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only person we got from the Armelons is Dominique Armelin and some of her command staff.
From what I
turn to the frog sitting on my
shoulder.
shoulder and go, I know you're a Xantai.
Okay, we'll just get a couple more
Then
Xantai
I
navigators.
feed him some nice, crunchy invertebrates. He must be sad his master's dead, you know?
I just imagine Nero has like a new pouch on his belt that's just full of frog food now.
Yeah, no, I just used one of the old grenade pouches.
full of frozen flies.
You know, I'm like 40 kilograms lighter now. So
when that muscle memory kicks in and you reach down for a grenade and you just hurl a handful of like grub worms in somebody's face.
yeah, but that's when the frog hits him in the eyes, you know? That's my new strategy. Free action frog.
Free action frog. The tongue counts as a power weapon.
Don, are you feeling all right? I know you've been recovering, and I'm sure there was a lot of, psychic brain surgery going on.
Wait, psychic brain surgery?
Yeah, you had to remove...
You tried to
extract right, yes.
Yeah.
And failed every single fucking one. Yeah, that's right. I remember now. So Dawn is just like just dark circles under her eyes. Just limping around. I'm probably not limping around anymore, but like the past couple of weeks, she's been hobbling around the fucking spacecraft in like a probably like what do they call it? Crutches, almost. Yeah. And she's not using it so much anymore, but she's just tired essentially from all the extended hours and surgery and such. She turns to Nero and is basically like, I hope I never see another brain again.
Okay.
It's oddly specific, but okay.
No, I'm with Don on this one.
Well, when the entire mutant staff has eggs of space creatures teleported inside of their brain, and it's your job to remove them, that's very specific,
Yeah.
I would say.
Fair enough.
Listen, Don, I've seen a lot of people's insides. It never gets old.
It's very different when you're attempting to save those insides, those.
I don't understand.
Blood in body, good. Blood outside body, bad.
Nero
My wife
nods
always says-
wisely.
My wife says that, yeah, the air goes in and out, blood goes round and round. Any change to that is cause for concern. Right. So, what do you want to do with this invitation from Tyleus Markov?
I'll go do it. And what's the ETA on the Silver Skulls at this point?
Soon. It's
Okay.
you know, it's typical. The vagaries of warp travel sometime between now and the end of time.
Okay.
God, I hope when they show up that they have Dawn merchandise. Like, just, I hope that happens. Just, you know, bobbleheads.
You realize
t-shirts.
merchandising is the thing that we do. Now that you say that, though, Don, I like get my microbead out and I'm like, I'll be down in a few minutes to discuss merchandising options. Be ready.
Oh, I was going to put everybody on shore leave, but okay.
I'll take
Well,
shore
sir.
leave after I handle business, sir.
The rest of us can go on shore leave, sir. If
I'll catch the next shuttle.
Actually, shore leave would be amazing.
I
I can't remember the last time I had a moment to myself.
I also believe we have a shipment of jump packs here to pick up.
I've already got mine on my back. It's weird how it's on the ship before we undocked, but yeah. Nero's like jumping in the air and then just hovering 1 inch above the deck.
Using the all the training that we did.
A Baron Harkonnening
behind-
my way around, just floating everywhere for no reason.
I'm gonna be that person that walks behind Nero and peels off the plastic off the back of his jump pack.
What's that awful smell?
Oh, you know, I can't stand people that leave the plastic on like new laptops or televisions and stuff.
Yeah, it's like, no, I want to save it, like, because when it's dirty, I can peel it off and then it's brand new again. It's like, no, fuck you, take it off. The whole
It's
point.
going to get dirty again. Okay. All right. Yeah. Handle what you need to handle, Nero, and then you can go on shore leave.
Really? Unbelievable. Very well, sir.
Don't be smart about it.
I'm not being smart. I'm excited. Nero begins moving towards his golf cart, and he uses the jetpack to give him a little bit of extra boost while he's driving, heading towards our factories and mills.
Your sweatshop, your the Hand of Calixis sweatshop.
Hey, I would
Essentially.
never call it that.
Most people that own
Child
it.
Employment Agency.
It's not. Oh my goodness. You guys are making this seem way worse than it is. We're not like that one Chartist captain ship that's literally just a place where they slaughter cows all day. And the whole ship is covered in blood all the time.
Well, if there's anything that you all need, any of the, well, three of you, I'll ask Nero later. Just let me know and I'll see if I can get it for you.
No, thank you, Captain, but I don't think I have a want for anything.
Yeah, there is nothing I can aside from perhaps looking to pick up some extra pilots for our gun cutters, but that's not a pressing need.
I can see if I can look into it. They all have at least a minimum 30 skill anyway. Unless they're from our ship and then it's 40.
Correct. As I said, not a pressing need. We have skilled pilots. I was just maybe looking for a squadron of aces, sir.
Okay. I'll keep my eyes peeled. If you know of anybody actually here, then I'll see if I can careen them over to our side.
All right, nice. I mean, you can try and acquire as an acquisition like people above a certain skill level anyway. So I mean, yeah, like you can always just fill the gun cutters with your ship crew, give them your ship skill, or alternatively you can go and try and acquire good quality pilots.
Like around a 50.
Yeah.
I think anything above 50 would be asking a lot.
Yeah.
Unless you just get a bunch of Space Marines and then bam.
Well, I'd say best quality would be 60. So
Just stick with like a 50 then. Figure that out later.
all right, no worries. So what is Nero merchandising this time?
He's preparing Space Marine sized merchandise of Dawn. I mean, come on. This is the obvious lead. It's exactly what we're doing. It's like pics of Dawn raising their captain from the dead. Like Dawn, but Space Marine size. Like he has the little action figure of Angelique on his heavy bolter.
Yeah.
He's making one of those for Dawn for a Space Marine sized weapon. So, it's like 8 times bigger. Dawn decals to slap on their armor. Yeah, just, in general, just prepping it. And, not like a ton of it, right? Yeah, exactly. So, we're talking like dozens to hundreds, but not thousands.
If you can, I would suggest making like a paint nozzle for the end of the bolter gun so that they can spray paint a logo real quickly onto a wall or something, like
you want to be able to tag Team Fortress 2 style. CS:GO. All right, I put in the order. Yeah.
And then what does shore leave look like for Nero then?
So Nero takes the thrice locked chest of Nero the Blade, filled with everything he's taken from dead people, so that he can go hawk off anything and sell it that he doesn't need or want anymore. And then he just goes around buying like educational books. Some are for like, hey, your daughter was just born. Here, dummy, this is how you keep from killing her while holding her. Up to, so you've adopted a null who's teenaged, who doesn't understand how money works. Here's a primer to get this null child to understand how money works. And everything in between there. He's looking for broad spectrum child care.
So it's like from rocks to thrones.
Yeah, oh my God.
Null,
For rocks to thrones.
The teenage null support manual.
Yeah, so, he's just... but we do catch him in his new outfit that he was having made, which is very Moff Gideon-ish, without the TIE Fighter front. It's got the cape, it's all black.
We get him some armor, don't we?
Get who armor?
Cade.
Yes, we do. But I had Cade make an outfit exactly like mine. So the cape can cover his giant battery backpack for my hull laser blaster thingy.
I did finally buy Cade Literacy, by the way, as well. So
amazing, incredible. Well, now he can in leaps and bounds improve himself. Amazing. All right.
Was it 1,000-point purchase? Is that why?
Yeah. So I mean,
Cade, write a manual for yourself to sell to other people in your situation, please. Thank you.
Nero's shore leave is spent forcing merchants to accept the best deal he can get on goods, which is mostly like, take this or I'll crush your skull. And if you think that security officer's gonna stop me, you see this little rogue trader badge? Hey, remember when this station almost blew up? You know who's the hero of the fucking station? And I point to a statue of me that they're making with me hitting the enter button on a cash register.
But so the statue's plaque says Nero Augustus Julius Bullet, but it's actually a picture of Lieutenant Avocado.
That would be the greatest revenge. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's just him. Maybe we get a little cut of him just spending some time privately for the first time in forever, finding a nice, quiet, like, promenade and just being alone.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm not up to any hijinks, guys.
What does Adrian's shore leave look like?
So I think Adrian is going to see if Henrietta wants to go get like dinner.
Ooh.
Yeah, on Port Wonder rather than on the ship.
Yeah.
Is he secretive about it?
I mean, I don't think so. Like,
Done. Send Hades to watch over them, chaperone style, but bring back a few pics.
You mean Ares?
You mean Ares?
Ares.
The
Hades is the new cyber eagle that mounts to the back of Ares.
Which
I'm
transforms
asking
into
you
a
tell the Lord
sniper.
Captain about it.
Just like right up the amazing. Hades, come! And you like grab him out of the air and start shooting with it.
Lord Captain, I would like a fornication pass for this ship leave, please.
What? I need you to say that again, because I'm trying to understand the words you just said to me, because it does not sound like the words I would hear from you.
Lord Captain requests, Adrian requests the Lord Captain for a fornication pass for his shore
You mean a
leave.
fraternization pass?
Fraternization.
We don't have those on this ship.
Yes, which base level would you like to attempt to pass during your ship leave?
I don't. Okay.
Ship leave.
You made it sound like I don't care.
Pierce is like, whatever, I'll sign it.
The ghost of Nero shows up and is like, we don't have that on this ship. We're a rogue trader.
Okay, Adrian is whining and dining Henriette. No problem. What does Dawn's shore leave look like?
Cocktail dress, heading off to the casino.
Oh, right. I forgot that was storyline.
She's not a gambler.
Man, the
He's gonna be
callbacks from
like-
season 2 are amazing.
Yeah, has like the
There's going to be some season 1
visor.
callback shortly as well.
Oh, fuck. An Inquisitor shows up out of nowhere and everybody goes, oh.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
We
So
almost killed that guy.
I like to imagine that Dawn is like the villainess at the beginning of a James Bond movie that's in the casino, you know? It's just like, yeah, completely just arbitrary to any sort of story. Like there's some sort of side movie potential for this other main character that's there, and she's just like,
So you're the Bond girl that turns villain, like, Anastasia on top from Goldeneye.
I guess that's the only example of that actually happening, right? So yeah,
Oh, there's a few like that. There's a few Bond girls that turn villain.
There was a few Bond girls that were the villain the whole time.
Yeah.
Some of them were the villain, but then came good, and then got killed promptly.
Yeah, anytime Bond gets married, like his wife dies straight away. So that's yeah.
Or you've got to watch the Corridor Crew James Bond R-rated version, where they explain why the actor keeps changing through story.
I mean, I like those guys, but I think that particular video was probably one of the weakest ones I've seen in a while.
It was a pretty weak one, but yeah, still funny. All right, Pondo. When you're on the station, then you organise to meet this Tyleus Markov. He's just organised, like he's just suggested getting like meeting in like a bar or similar sort of social area, unless you want to move it somewhere that's like your estates or whatever else. It's up to you.
I don't know if he trusts his estate at the moment. Yeah, he'll go to the bar.
Okay.
Just because his estate he does not trust.
All right. When you get there and you see this guy, he's already sitting. He's there before you, sitting in like one of the booths. He's wearing. So the clothing is like a more noble version of astropath robes. So he sort of has like he has the symbol of the eye of the Astronomicon on like a brooch. but like it's more like an expensive version of Astropath's robes, and you can see he's had very expensive augmentic eyes fitted. So they're clearly like it's beyond the ability of the Imperium to make cybernetics that look like the real thing. So he obviously has cybernetic eyes, but they are also once again very well produced, and he clearly has full vision as he sort of looks over you and like waves you over as he sees you.
Okay, he's walked over.
Lord Commodore Cowles, yes.
Yes, and what was your name again?
Thaddeus Markov. He stands up and
Thaddeus
offers his hand.
Okay. Yeah, Pierre will just extend his hand to shake it.
Please have a seat. Can I order you a drink? Food, perhaps?
Sure.
He summons over
wait,
somebody
judging.
to take an order. Look, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to meet with me. I've actually been looking to reach out to you for some time, and I arrived at Port Wander a little bit too late to catch you before you left last time, but I suppose fortune, good or bad, has brought you back here, and I understand that you are reconstituting a lot of your astropathic choir.
Yes, a lot of them were burned out, it seems.
Unfortunate. Now, I'll be honest. I understand, or I've heard through my contacts, that you've accepted a commission from the Adeptus Mechanicus to search for an object in the expanse called the Galilean Sphere.
Yes.
I'm also interested in finding it, only insofar as I'm tracking down a family member who was part of the last expedition to try and find it and disappeared. And as you may have gleaned, he indicates towards the brooch that I am of the Adeptus Astra Telepathica. And so I was wondering if we could maybe come to an arrangement. I'd be interested in joining your crew in assisting the Hand. I understand that you have a large contingent of psychic gnolls on your vessel. And as you can see, he indicates towards his face, I've augmented my way out of the traditional problem that my kind have. And so even when exposed to one of your gnolls, I wouldn't be a useless blind man.
Yes, I made that connection immediately. Out of character, we do know where the... Oh, shoot, what was the name of it again?
The Galilean Sphere?
Yeah, the Galilean Sphere. We do know where that is. It's where... Same place where the Archon and...
Yeah, West Lake Mall
other...
is. Yes. Yeah.
It's, all convenient in one area. Okay. May I ask, who exactly are you looking for?
My sister, another astropath. She was serving aboard a Mechanicus vessel, the Deus Machina, and it disappeared 3 years ago, looking for the sphere. She may be dead, I don't know, but I owe it to my family to find out. We both survived the trials of the black ships of the testing on Terra, and fortuitously found our way back into the same region of space. She served the Navy, I served a rogue trader, but I owe it to her to try and find her. So she said the Mechanicus, I said the rogue trader, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I would say it's a fine offer. Hopefully we can find her sister, or at least what remains of her.
Discover her fate.
Yes. So I think we have a deal.
Excellent. I'll gather my things and transfer them to the ship when I can. I'll get that sorted out shortly. I look forward to working with you. He extends a hand again.
Pierre will extend his. I do look forward to working with you. You'll definitely be less inconvenienced by all the gnolls.
So he like, obviously, because you've ordered a drink and that, he does stay and small talk as well, So You can glean that he has worked with another rogue trader, so he has some experience of the Maw. Although apparently the rogue trader he was working with decided to pursue other interests outside of the Calixis sector and the Expanse probably about 4 years ago, and so he's been tooling about mainly on merchant vessels since then. But has been looking for a way to get back into a rogue trader service to re-enter the Maw, and then when he heard that you were looking for the Galilean Sphere, it seemed fortuitous.
Who was his old rogue trader?
A man named Faust Cromwell. He wasn't on your briefing card because he'd left the Expanse long before you had you started your adventures.
Oh, okay. Done nothing of too awful note.
Not particularly. No, didn't make a fortune. Wasn't one of those traders like Winterscale or that really made a major dent on the Expanse.
Okay.
All right. So Adrian, while you're let's say it's post dinner. You're hanging out socially with Henriette. When she spots and signals over Samara Bradis, the other captain, the one remaining captain or the one remaining ship from your little flotilla.
This date just got interesting, huh? I see.
so
funky music starts playing.
Bradis is in uniform, so clearly has just been to some sort of naval thing going on. Mm-hmm. And she comes over. Oh, I'm glad to see the two of you. Perhaps you could help me out here. I have spoken with the admiral of the Battlefleet Calixis. Well, I've received orders that given the loss of both the Fist and the Absolution's Fire, that I'm to return to Scintilla for assignment to a new patrol group. I understand that your rogue trader captain could compel my ship to remain. It's within his right, but I think that after the losses we've suffered, I'm not yet ready to take my crew back into the Maw. So I wanted to ask your thoughts before I spoke with your captain or your commodore.
Oh, that's understandable, Captain. I think given the losses that your patrol group has suffered, I think Lord Commodore Cowles will perhaps graciously, perhaps not so graciously, accept that you'll be heading back to Scintilla. Perhaps offering to put in a good word with the Navy would make him more amenable to the situation.
The music changes. Now it's in the Navy.
YMCA.
Certainly, I think that would be something that I could definitely do.
Make it giving them a clear report on what happened to the other two ships, I believe, would be another mark in your favor.
Very well. That's what I'll do. She's obviously, so she's just finished her duties. So, Henriette says to you, why don't we, why doesn't she join us for some drinks?
Sure.
All right. So you guys basically go to probably the casino as well has like a bar usually. So we've got on one side Dawn is over there playing the high.
Oh shit! Am I hide? Do I notice him and have to hide because it's awkward?
You just lean behind your giant stack of chips.
You wanna hide, but you also wanna watch.
Yeah. But you're also
make a little hole in my chip
you look
stack.
nothing like you normally look though as well, Dawn. So
That's true. It's like
Yeah.
does that don't no.
No, there's no
He doesn't
way.
have a habit on. That's definitely not Dawn.
Yeah, whereas you like you three are in like the lounge bar, nearby with some easy listening space jazz going on.
Yes.
Enjoy drinks. Meanwhile, back with you, Pierre, while you're talking with Tyleus, he brings up another topic. I'm curious, has anyone from your existing choir or your navigators mentioned this dark space in the warp?
Go on.
I have obviously still been sending communications where possible from here, finding work to do, and when I look towards the warp, towards the expanse, there is like a shadow. Some darkness hangs over the warp. At first I thought it might have been something symbolic of your null crew, but then I realized it's much larger than any ship.
I guess out of character, did any of the astropaths or anything go talk to Pierre about it?
No.
No?
No.
Any general direction that you sense that?
Well, he through the moor towards the expanse.
No, not that I can recollect.
I mean, I think that the Navy had always assumed that it was the Chaos forces that had prevented communication with Footfall. But this doesn't have the flavor of Chaos about it.
Anything that might come to Pierre's mind that could be capable of such a thing? As far as I as Pondo know that this is obviously Tyranids.
I'd say probably too many things. Like it's too broad a topic,
right?
For him to say, oh, it's this or what, it's this or that. Yeah.
I as Pondo know that it's Tyranids, but okay, so I was very curious. Nothing really comes to mind. It's really could be any sort of things that could cause such a blip, whether it be asteroid or some other piece of debris going through the. Could be anything.
Well, I guess we'll see. If your plan is to head back into the expanse, obviously. So.
Yes, I do have some things to do there, as far as take care of my colonies. Plus, there is actually going to see if we can find the vessel that find. Oh man, I completely forgot the name again.
And the Galilean Sphere.
The Galilean Sphere, yes. Yep. Galilean Sphere, yes.
At this point, wherever all of you are, there's like a general announcement over the Vox of the station that, just to be aware that there is a large scale translation taking place. Nothing emergency, just, all vessels and shuttles stand clear of translation point, multiple ships entering the system. And those of you that are near viewports can see the glow of the warp gate as 3 ships emerge. One of them you definitely recognize as the Marine battle barge, the Manifest Destiny, and it is flanked by a pair of Hunter escorts as well. So the Silver Skulls, it appears, have arrived.
Oh, looks to be old friends come back. Well, it was a pleasure meeting you, and I look forward to having you on the ship. I must go greet some Space Marines.
Very well. We'll see you aboard soon.
I'd like to do one side scene here, James.
Yes.
All right. Nero is floating alone in like a zero gravity space observatory, looking out over all the stars and all the ships that are coming. And then he sees the manifest destiny arrive, and he clenches his fist and goes, Viridian! I know that bitch is back. Let's kill him this time.
The one that got away.
Well, as you're making your way to wherever you're heading, Pondo, you get a communication from the Hand. I've got a vox call coming through from the Manifest Destiny for you, Lord Commodore. Should I put it through to you directly?
Yes, please.
All right. So you look at your little sort of communications pad, where like a
Apple
grainy
Watch.
image. Sorry.
Apple Watch.
A grainy image comes up of the captain of the Manifest Destiny, who you met once before, Rosamund Quintilis, along with Captain Ed Bourne, the Space Marine captain that Dawn originally saved, and the captain of the ship first is like, greetings, Lord Commodore, and then literally she and the Space Marine sort of get pushed. Well, sorry, the camera gets like forcefully rotated around away from them, and you're now looking at the face of Cassius Schrain.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. That
Lord
bitch again.
Oh, I didn't expect to see you here.
We literally just talked to him like 2 weeks ago.
If I had known that you would actually be coming along, I would have not took the. Never mind.
No, I managed to hitch a lift, so to speak, with the Space Marines, and I bought you a present as well. I figured that based upon the information you're giving me, that I needed to be here, and could potentially, even if you're willing, come aboard the Hand and assist you. What I'm saying is permission to come aboard, Lord Commodore.
Yes. Feel free to come aboard.
Whoa, wait a second. Do we have anything on our ship that would be illegal in the space that we're currently in, since we are in the Imperium? Let's just take a quick rundown. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Nothing heretical, nothing Xenos.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Let me think about Pierre's collection.
Blasphemous
I mean,
icons.
he has a Necron war scythe and a what weapon did you take?
I have
the power cord, right?
Necron War Scythe, a custom Mega Blaster.
Yeah.
Well, just put them in the
Eldar
trophy room. He'll
grenades.
understand.
Yeah.
I think I have an Eldar Blaster as well. Like, well, actually, quite a few of them because I think I snatched a couple. All the nulls.
We have killed some Eldar, sir.
Oh no, nulls aren't illegal. They're just frowned
It's
upon.
not a large basic question. Who has the demon face? Oh no, that's right. You ejected into space, didn't you?
Yeah, we
it's
did.
nice.
Yeah.
I welded it shut and then ejected out to space.
Why would you think we would keep a demon face?
I was thinking
It lied to us constantly. I feel like we could have just been like, all right, which door should we open? And just go in the other one anytime it told us an answer.
Yeah, we got the truth because he lied. So if we had like a 50-50 shot, just ask him, be like, Joe, go that way. Okay, go the other way.
Hey, which way would be safer, demon? Sorry. Let's get back to the issue at hand.
Yeah.
Which is
So
an inquisitor who wants to hitch a ride with us for undisclosed reasons. Hey, I got a quick jump on a Space Marine ship just to meet up with you. There's no way this could go wrong.
It's your boss. What are you talking
I
about?
know it's my boss, and I like him as Nero, but I also know that Shrain's a bitch.
Also, I was gonna say, wasn't the last time this dude was on your ship when a planet blew up?
Yeah, we had to lie to him
Yeah, and he
about that
also
too.
got really fucked up by some Eldar Wraith Guard.
Yeah. His history
pretty
on our
much-
ship has been just as contentious as Viridian. Dude's
Pretty
literally
much,
like, no. That Terminator's dead, bro. He's dead. This is a different Terminator with the
You mean
exact same
Dreadnought?
name. Yeah, whatever.
Dreadnought, yeah.
Yeah. And when we called him out about it, he just hung up the phone. What a bitch. Shove this dude out in an airlock.
AP's not salty about it at
He
all.
tried to mind control me, okay?
You did point a bolter at him.
And I didn't kill him. Against orders. Never making that mistake twice.
So Shrane's hopping a lighter to get to the hand. Are you, presumably Pierre's going back, are you summoning anybody else back to meet with Shrane and the contingent from the Silver Skulls?
He'll send the message out because everybody's on shore leave. If they want to be there, they can come. If not, enjoy your shore leave.
All right. So you're all getting a message wherever you are saying that the Silver Skulls are here. Shrane is here. He's coming aboard the hand now.
Nero goes home.
Yeah, I think Adrian does as well.
Yeah,
How long does it take me? How long does it take me to cash out my chips? That's the main question.
I like the presupposition that you've won. I want to see a dice roll.
You want to see a dice roll?
Don't you remember what Don's gambling skill is?
I want to see the roll.
It's like 70, isn't it?
And the 5 fate points behind it.
Give me a gamble roll then, please, Dave.
Stranger things have happened.
Trying to remember where I put it because it's on my sheet somewhere.
It's a basic skill left hand side, so it'd be it's called gamble.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
it'll be left side.
I'll re-roll that.
Well, I'm sorry. What was that, Spoon? Huh? What?
Look, man.
Huh?
Right, 3.1.
There we go.
All right,
Like I said.
Doesn't it feel earned, though? Doesn't it feel earned? I don't know what I'm talking about.
So look, a lesser person probably wouldn't have had the luck you had, but this fate smiled upon you this particular day, and you came out with a significant windfall.
Nice. I would probably, I like the idea that I walk back to the Hand of Calixis, and I'm basically just like, dropping it into like homeless people's like coin buckets.
I think it's like
I don't have any. It's the thrill that Dawn's after, not the winning. So
Dawn's in it for the hunt.
Yeah, absolutely.
You just want to seize the people who think they're all the shit and then just smack them down.
Yeah, that's it.
Steal their chips.
Like, oh, full house. That's a good hand.
Yeah. Doing that thing that YouTubers do where they like, give a guy like $100 and then like film his reaction or whatever and try to act humble about it. Nah. Yeah.
I imagine Dawn is a hustler. She was like, "Oh man, I don't know what I'm doing. This is all new to me."
I just watched that episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air where Uncle Phil did the pool hustle.
Same thing.
I was like,
bring out Felicia or
yeah, the dude's just like, swoosh, here's your secret pool stick I keep in my belt at all times, sir. Just like, what the fuck?
It was a great power move though. That's
does Dawn get to the table and say, "Oh, look, I'm new here. Just go easy on me,"
Like the first hand, she's like, "Oh, is 2 aces a good? Is that a good deal for this game?"
Maybe on like the first round, and then after that, she like non-mirror shade like metallic glasses come out. She like takes her hair, puts it in a ponytail. She's like, "Right, motherfuckers, let's go." Who's got big brain?
All right, so you all return to the hand as Shrane's shuttle arrives, or it's one of the shuttles from the Silver Skull, so it has their blazing on it. So out of the shuttle comes Cassius Shrane, Brother Vitrian of the Death Watch, the Flesh Terror that also survived the battle, although with decidedly more summoning limbs than he had previously. Captain Bourne of the Silver Skulls. And Dawn, as he comes out, you notice that he has like a tilting shield on. What a tilting shield is? Like the little sort of the plate that sits right here over the shoulder. That has like a personal signal on it, which includes now the symbol of your order. As part of the thing on his tilting shield, and Sister Miriam is also with them.
Oh, okay. Well, that saves us a trip having to purge a whole order later.
I like the idea now that you have to like purge all the Space Marines too, because
So
they've been tainted. Yeah.
So essentially now, if we go over to that order, it's pro bono. It's not actually we're not getting something while we're there. That's okay.
I mean, there's an Inquisitor right here. We can just report on the heresy and let it be done.
I'm sorry, what heresy?
No, we're talking about this out of character because none of us know except the captain.
Correct.
That's right. Yeah. Since you got moved, you can just bombard the site from orbit.
Yeah. I immediately begin running over towards the line of characters, and the camera makes it seem like I'm running towards Miriam, but then it's just me colliding with Brother Vitrian and just doing the Predator man shake, like, brother.
That's
It's been so long.
There's two babies running at each other like from really far away, and then they're like hug.
Yeah.
I have to ruin
my brother in battle. It's been too long, Nero.
Yes. We just got done killing some more chaos. You should see all of the chaos I killed recently. Tons. I shot a space station at one chaos. I crashed a ship into another chaos. It's been good times.
He like rubs your head like a little kid. It's like, I bet you did, champ.
So we must drink, and you can tell me all about it.
Of course. I nod to Cassius Shrain, who is my boss and also my religious superior.
Well, so Shrain approaches Pierre, and he extends his hand to shake yours. Lord Commodore, it's good to see you in person once again. I hope you don't mind, he indicates towards Sister Miriam. I received quite a cryptic communique from a person calling herself the Spider Bride. She said that if I'm heading to see you anyway, I should be picking up Miriam. She was on Sephira Secundus, so I picked her up and brought her with me. I assume that she's an agent of yours. She said she was.
Yes. She's Ordo Famous for mine.
In the background, you can see
No,
Nero.
the Spider Bride is an agent of yours.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
In the background, we see Nero, slightly blurry, pointing to a ring on his finger and shaking his head at Miriam, just being like, it would never have worked out between us.
Oh, your marriage thing? Right. Okay, I get it. Yeah.
Look, man, if we're doing season 1 callbacks, I'm cramming all of them in.
No, yeah. She like you pick up a definite eye roll from Miriam.
Perfect.
Like, we can hear the eye roll from where we are, like.
The eye roll was heard from Terra. So Shane, I hope you don't mind that myself and Brother Vitrian join you. We should talk. Let me have my things move somewhere. Could you organize a room, and I'll brief you on what we know.
Very well. A pleasure to have you both.
Captain Bourne approaches you, Dawn.
Okay.
Sister Leteinia. It's been an interesting year. He extends his hand to yours.
Yeah, I shake it. This is the guy that I revived on the planet, right?
Yes, he would have died except for your aid.
And this is also the dude that I gave the fate
Your
point
fate
to,
point
right?
too. Yeah, that's right.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He's your
Yeah,
shrimp
shaky
now.
Perfect. How have you been? Have you been successful in the life that you've had? The extended life that you've found?
The signs have pointed myself and my brothers to many battles that we've won in the Emperor's name. But the signs are unclear now. There are strange things affecting our prognostications. But what we do know is that by following you and your captain, it brings us closer to whatever destiny awaits us.
Dawn will just sort of like nod sagely at that, like to her it's not really like she's she doesn't see like the understand the sort of the extent of the words that he's trying to say, because like they're not really like, in Dawn's eyes, they're not really like leading anything. It's just kind of like following the whims of the Lord Captain essentially. But you know, she won't say anything.
So from what little you know of the Silver Skulls, is part of their whole chapter doctrine is that they have placed a heavy emphasis on their librarians, on their psychers, to determine, you know, when and how to fight. You know, effectively they try to read the future to determine where they should be deploying their forces.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, that's their chapter doctrine.
So when they say they haven't been able to determine much, it means like they've been having problems reading the future.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay. But they just know this is the direction. So, but they don't know whether they're going to fair or foul waters. They just know this is where they have to go.
Right. Okay. And they were called here by the Lord Captain, or did they just design from the cards or whatever it is that they determine the future to be here?
I believe that they were.
It says they got word that the Iron Warriors were here, so they're like, all right, we're gonna come help. Right?
All right.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for the Willow reference there, Spoon.
You got it.
I showed my kids that film last week for the first time. So, all right. So everybody takes their time to get started. So Miriam does approach you, Nero, before everybody leaves the deck, and she hands you she offers you a data slate.
Sure. I take a look real quick.
It's just pictures of your child, just, you know, a whole bunch of them.
I give Miriam a hug and say, "You look well."
Thank you.
When I'm doing the hug, because I'm much bigger than her, I lift her off the deck and I put her back down. This is the best thing I've received today, and I got a lot of really good deals out of very small men today.
Have you seen this jetpack?
Oh yeah, yeah! Look at that! Check that bad boy out.
I've been helping Queen Lakmira raise your child.
Really? I thought you were on Sephira Secundus.
That's where your child is.
Salsa's.
You're thinking of
No. I thought she was at the monastery, right?
She was when you left her last, but she got effectively.
Didn't I keep sending her
transferred.
messages to make sure she was alive?
You sent messages to make sure that she wasn't any harm, but she got transferred to, like, over the past 7 months, she's been transferred to Sephira Secundus, clearly because the Queen has more important things to do than raise a child. So,
of course.
Yeah.
Thank you for your aid. And how is my wife, the Queen? You know,
all right.
Not well.
Well, first off, Queen Lakmira is well. I feel I need to correct this thing for you all the time. You know, you are not married to her. That she gave you a barony to make it so that the child had legitimacy, but you're not actually husband and wife. Just wanted to be clear.
Single tear.
No. It's just, you know, it's a difficult life living as a sugar baby, Miriam, but someone has to do it. I hope that she's at least found my continued accounts of the outside world to be interesting.
I will say, Nero, that you are the closest thing to a husband that she's ever likely to have. Queen Lakmira is old and not likely to marry, and the fact that she maintains a constant communication with you is the closest thing to a relationship I suspect she will have going forward. So
how is my
it
not
makes you
wife?
feel better. Sorry?
How is my not wife?
I mean, she is as healthy as can be expected.
So still on the nutrient pace then.
Yes, I mean, she is actually like 300 years old, so
She looks great.
Yeah, well, rejuvenate treatments can do well for people.
I think I'll be lucky to live to 1/5 of that. Hey, look at this book I picked up, and it's like How to Manage a Mining Camp 101. Gonna be needing this for retirement, Miriam.
Surprised that retirement's something you even think about.
So I can have a dream that I won't die in a firestorm, sainted for my incredible acts of bravery and valor, faith.
Maybe having a child has changed you, Nero.
No, I'm pretty sure we've had this exact discussion before where I said I would probably be sainted for my incredible acts of bravery, valor, and faith.
But when you talk about retirement this time, I actually believe you.
Oh, well, I mean, and I look over at Shrey and I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not actually going to retire. I think I might be in something for life.
All right, well, I have things I need to get stowed, so it's good to see you again, though, Nero.
Yeah, it's good to see you alive, not mind wipe. Hey, I have a secret council, and we're probably going to need your help on it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a council about fate. Also, we may know who you were before the mind wipes, Nero says as he backs away slowly and mysteriously.
Yeah, okay.
To purposely let that trail off. Oh my god.
It's just, she does look around to make sure like no one else has heard that, And we should talk later.
Oh, I'm already gone by the time she says that.
Okay, no worries.
It's just a frog standing where he was,
Yeah,
I substitutioned with the frog.
Have any of you guys seen Dr. Horrible sing along blog before?
Yes, it's incredible.
Love it.
I for whatever reason, this episode, my mind keeps thinking that you're the Nero's the hammer.
Captain Hammer.
Yeah, and he's just like, he leaves, but then he comes back to clarify a statement. And
The
then
hammer is my
again.
dick.
The hammer is my penis. Yeah.
It's probably the only show I've ever seen where a horse is the villain.
Bad horse.
I don't know this, unfortunately.
Oh my god, James, you're really missing out. It's like Nathan Fillion from Serenity, Felicia Day, Neil Patrick Harris. Yeah. Holy. So it's basically like a villain who's trying to be in a relationship with a young woman who ends up in a relationship with the superhero. And it's like 90% sing along. Oh, it's so good. You have to go watch it. It's fucking incredible.
It's also like a weird product of the early 2000s as well. It's just like, I don't know how else to describe it, but it's a product of its time.
It was like the cast of Buffy decided to join Neil Patrick Harris and do some weird shit for the weekend.
It's like the same humor that How I Met Your Mother has, but it's also like weirdly YouTube style as well. It's a very strange product. Yeah.
Didn't it come out during the writer strike or something like that, or like there was some sort of strike was happening while it was made.
When you say writer strike, you're gonna have to be way more specific than that.
There's 3 seasons of Supernatural that was just writer strike, and it was the worst television that you could ever possibly imagine. So
season 1 of Supernatural then.
No, season 1 was pretty good. It's
season 1 was
9
awful.
and 10.
Season 1 was literally they rolled up and they're like, all right, Dad's journal told us there's a supernatural thing he solved here. Whoa, it's the same supernatural thing. Don't worry, we'll lie to the cops and tell them that we're cops. The cops look, we figured out you're not cops, but we're not going to arrest you or report you.
They went from being
the first season of Supernatural.
Yeah.
The first season of Supernatural was just role players. It's how role players tackle every single situation in those sorts of settings and such. Let's just pretend to be FBI. Let's just pretend to be whatever, NTSB, whatever it takes to get us into this particular.
But I already rolled my charm roll, James, and I passed. So
Yeah, that happened to me in Burning
Wheel.
Wheel.
Get away with this.
Look, I've heard that Supernatural gets so much better after season 1, but I fucking could not stomach season 1. It was so bad.
Some of the Supernatural episodes are just literal gold. Like,
Yeah.
there's an episode where they go to a supernatural convention, and it's all written by like a dude that can like.
Ghostfacers.
God,
You would love the Ghostfacer episode.
Ghostfaces. Yeah,
Yes.
the Ghostfaces ones are good. The one where they like go through a portal in a mirror and they end up in like the world that we're in, where they're filming the TV show called Supernatural.
Yes.
And there's no magic or demons or anything like that.
And, like,
oh my
the-
fucking god!
The producers of the show Supernatural are in the show Supernatural.
And one of the demons who play one of the characters who played like a Lilith demon is like married to one of like I think it was the guy that plays Sam.
I can't
And it's
remember the
just like-
character's name, but yeah.
And,
Yeah, no,
and
he married the
two
woman.
and the two actors like hate each other in real life, but they're like everyone. Oh god, it's such a fucking weird episode. So good though. Oh.
Yeah.
So meanwhile, Miriam was approaching somebody.
Yeah.
That wasn't me.
No.
After I dropped her with that, we know who you are.
Yeah. So she was gonna say something to you that might be useful for your fate reading thing, but apparently not.
Oh, damn it! I show back up again. I'm like, all right, look.
You show back up to pick up the frog, you know?
What's the frog's name
That's the
again?
Captain Hammer come back in as he picks up the
Horatio.
frog.
I was like, sorry, Horatio jumped off my shoulder. Yeah. So anyway, we have a pretty good idea of who you are, and we should talk privately.
Just going to say, if you are building some sort of secret council regarding nature of fate, then I would certainly look to include the captain or at least some member of the Silver Skulls. This is their raison d'etre, so to speak. So,
Okay. I don't know that I have the authority to ask a Space Marine captain to join a secret council of a rogue trader.
He has great respect for Sister Dawn.
I can use that.
Sister Dawn isn't here, but have you got this latest T-shirt that fits Space Marine armor of Sister
Oh,
Dawn?
listen! Now that you've mentioned it, in the background, Cade and a group of like flunkies are out there hawking merch to their, shuttle guy, and they're just like, "Look, we'll sell it to you. You resell it on your battle barge. You get a 10% uptake. Come on."
Pierre's actually talking to the captain about it.
All right. Listen, I will talk to the Space Marine captain, but probably not immediately right now because it sounds like something's going down.
Yeah. All right. So, flash forward to half an hour later, everybody is here now in the Strategium. For so Drain is here, Vitrian is here, the Captain Bourne is here. All four of you are here, plus any major other NPCs as we sort of work out what's going on next. So Strain starts off. So Lord Commodore, we spoke briefly regarding this Dagon issue regarding the warp gate. Dagon is a invasion fleet of a Xenos race known as Tyranids. They have been invading through the Orpheus salient of the Jericho Reach, and their progress has been stymied by the actions of the Death Watch in the Reach. But it was clear that their goal was to reach the Jericho Warp Gate and enter this, we assume, to attack the Calixis sector. With that being said, we believe now that during the time that the warp gate was unprotected, that a group of vanguard organisms may have slipped through into the Maw. Though it appears rather than coming towards the Calixis sector, they have instead headed into the Expanse. Something there has drawn them. Now, unbelievably, this actually presents us with an opportunity. I have spoken with some other members of the Inquisition who are watching your career with interest. And there is this fear that this entity known as the Marionette is trying to pull at the strings of fate to deliver whatever outcome it seeks. The advantage that this Tyranid Vanguard fleet presents us is that they create a disturbance, a shadow in the warp that could allow you to hide your actions, to fully escape the notice of the marionette, act with impunity, so to speak. So
we already have that, Inquisitor. We
I
literally
think he
have
means on a larger scale.
I mean, we have a ship
means-
full of nulls.
I think he means that we'd be able to hide our ships with them. Obviously, we can hide what we're talking about here by having them nearby. But I think he means like,
yeah, you've had these nulls for over a year, yet still, I believe that you would agree that there have been times that fate has turned the way that the marionette desires around you and your crew.
for the most part, there have been some situations that could have definitely went her way. Like we were offered essentially an accompaniment to a war fleet that could have taken years and years and years. Which
You mean the forces on Maccabeus Quintus and the Severan Dominant campaign, sir?
Yes,
You think that that's related?
possibly. There's definitely some chances that could have kept us going the wrong direction, essentially.
Nero is
Take
writing
this.
something else on a whiteboard and attaching a string to it.
Yeah, it would have taken us outside of the Calixis sex. Oh Jesus! The
Sector.
yeah, and the Koronus Expanse for years,
Yes.
decades even.
It would have been awesome, though.
It would have been great. Would have been a lot of money. So much money. That's besides the point.
A lot of dead Xenos.
Yes. So
I don't
after
have
we,
enough. Go ahead, sorry.
I would say, but yes, we are aware that this marionette is trying to manipulate things into her favor.
Inquisitor, are you authorizing us to use warp signature nullification organic Xenos within the Imperium? What you
Well, they're not in the-
describe seems to be
They're not in the Imperium. They're in
They're
the
not in the Imperium,
Expanse.
they're in the Expanse. But
right, but to go after the marionette will require a trip back into the Imperium.
So what I'm suggesting is that my order needs to do something about this hive fleet. We cannot allow this Vanguard force to operate with impunity on this side of the Jericho Warp Gate. I don't have enough Death Watch forces here to deal with it. The best I can offer now is to, or the best I can hope for now is to commandeer Captain Bourne's second company. With that being said, they're also here to help you. So I'd like to suggest that when you travel into the Expanse, you travel in the tail of the shadow left by the Xenos fleet. If we encounter it, we destroy it. But in that time, what we do, what you say, what choices you make will justifiably be your own.
All right. Nero pulls out his photo visor thing and says, "You may not have many Death Watch Space Marines here, sir. But you've got one Nero. That's all you're going to need."
So Vitrion laughs, but not in a derisive way, like in a genuinely amused way.
Very well. So we'll tail this Vanguard fleet for as long as we can until we inevitably reach the climax of we run into them.
That's one possibility, sir. We do have other things to do here. Do you remember the Sheker? John Quinsall, his command ship. We know where it is. We just have to go get it.
Yes.
We're literally like 5 feet from it.
Where was it at?
It's at the 13th station of
Station
passage
Deadage.
inside the maw.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's the one. Okay.
You know, the one that you own.
Yes.
Yep. We say this in Real Trader Can't so nobody else here can understand us that we don't want.
Yes, we still need to go to the. Isn't that the area we're told not to go to, though? By this guy.
Like I said, sir, it is another possible path. You were just talking about how rich you wanted to be from the Severin Dominant campaign. Donkin Saul said we could set our price if we brought him back the Exchequer. He's a very rich man. They don't call him a trade admiral for nothing. Also, they call him that because he calls himself that. But he's got the moxie to make it stick. Moxie the size of a pile of thrown gelt. I don't know what's happening in Nero. He's somewhere in this episode. I was watching Solo before this. I was watching the Star Wars Solo movie before this, and I think I just absorbed some Lando and Han out of nowhere.
Does Pierre just shake his head at Nero as he goes on some sort of tangent?
Just offering possibilities, sir.
Bourne speaks up now. The Silver Skulls captain. Obviously, we can't abide the situation where a Iron Warriors fleet sits on the edge of Imperial space. So I would propose that myself, 3 squads, join you on your ship. And I will have my fleet join the Imperial fleet to raid the station and passage where the largest Chaos force is, drive them back. Then, if my ships survive, they'll meet us on the other side of the moor.
And which station of passage is that exactly?
The temple.
Okay. Making sure it's not the Witchcraft World. I want your people to come back.
Yeah.
Because you got a lot of psychers, right?
Yeah, based upon the reports, it looks like both forces are effectively stymied at the Witch Curse World. The Chaos forces can't progress any further, and the Imperial forces can't. So, it is effectively a blocked station, which means the temple being the only remaining.
All right, did we get a reward for saying, "Hey, this is what's there"? Don't
Bringing
go there.
back the intel they requested.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say it's half completed because you haven't really sort of dealt with the problem, so to speak. But yeah,
they just asked us to bring back intelligence, force recon.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
we
can't
blew
really deal
up
with...
a ship. What more do you want?
We also blew up the station.
What?
Yeah, we blew up the station because
but nobody owned that station. It was just an empty ass station.
Yes.
No one ever came back. They didn't ask us to investigate the station. They asked us to investigate the Witch Curse World because no one ever came back.
Yes.
Okay, so that will give you two power factor for what you.
Oh, okay.
Perfect. Nice work. We just we teamed that up. Yeah.
Plus one for hard bargain. Sorry as well.
Okay, I was gonna say it's I was just guessing just maybe 1, but yeah.
So what are we at now? 42.
44. And we still have quite a bit. I think it's 9 waiting at Fort Footfall.
Yeah.
And then we have to go.
Plus more if you can fix the problems on your
colonies.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Shrain, can I ask at this point, why is it you don't want me to go to Station 13?
Station 13 is a. Sorry, I'm speaking with the points. Station 13 is a warp portal to the screaming abyss. It's the same reason I want you to go into the Eye of Terror.
Okay.
As a Cadian, I feel mildly offended at that.
Not go into Eye of Terror.
I mean, it's basically what we do every day. Wake up, get out of bed, go to the Eye of Terror.
No, you sit on the outside of it, make sure nothing comes out.
That's the same thing. We're like the Eye of Terror's guard dogs.
Because there are some things I would like to acquire from there that I've yet to, because of your said very convincing.
From the Screaming Vortex.
No, from Station 13.
Oh, okay.
If it's within the Screaming Vortex, then I suppose yes.
Well, it is the stable passageway to the Screaming Vortex.
Okay.
We can get there and back in under 12 parsecs, sir. As long as we round down.
What are you talking about?
I do love that line, though. It's one of the most Han Solo things that's ever been said.
So
I don't
can I
want like I said, I don't want to go into the Screaming Vortex. I just want to be at the station to pick up something that I need to pick up. A couple of things.
Can you provide space for myself and 30 battle brothers on board your ship then?
We got a astropath's quarter. It's got a couple berths.
Within my 3 ships, I should definitely have enough room for fit somebody if I have to move around. It'll be a little more cramped when my 300 Liam Russ gets through, but or about when that gets there.
You at this point, there's like a comm signal comes to the room, and it's the Fox operator comes on the line. Lord Commodore, we're receiving a communication from another ship which has just entered the system. It's a General Commander Hellstrom Pilus of the 35th Scintillum Fusiliers.
That is the fucking.
Oh. That came faster than I thought it was. I thought it was a couple months out still. Oh, okay.
They're about the same time as the Silver Skulls.
Oh, how convenient. Okay, we'll make room for you. Don't worry.
Shall I tell them you're calling back, or do you want to take them on the call now in the strategium?
I'll take them on the call.
Okay. So you all see like the vision, the Vox screen appears of a man, probably by our standards in his early 60s, with a beret on and like a general's uniform. He has like horrible scarring down one side of his face to the point that like the right side of his lips are like burned away, leaving like he's constantly got that sort of open mouth look on one side of his face. And he also has a cybernetic arm on that side of the body as well. The side of his face, he does still have lips. He's got like a cigar sticking out of the out of his mouth.
The part that doesn't have the lips.
So no, the part that has it, he can hold it with the lips on one side. He can't hold it on the other side because his mouth doesn't fully close.
Right.
Just burying his teeth, and his teeth are also obviously been like replaced with like veneers because whatever damaged the side of his face clearly destroyed part of his jaw. Lord Commodore.
General Commander.
Please, Hellstrom. It's an honor to meet you finally, sir.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Well, technically speaking, within the Scintillum Fusiliers, you hold a lower rank than him, but you're also a rogue trader. So he'll probably address you more as an equal. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm technically part of them, aren't I?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you technically hold a colonel's rank.
Honorary colonel.
Yeah. We're reporting for duty. Myself and the regiment. We should meet and discuss requirements to move the regiment across to your ships.
Yes, we will. Your regiment will be residing in the Eternal Praetorian.
And we should meet. I need to make the measure of man. We need to meet. We need to drink. We need to talk.
Oh, okay. Very well. I'll set up a time then. Once I'm done with this
we'll call your people.
Yes.
All right.
I look at Adrian because this is something Nero used to have to do, and he passed it off to Adrian.
I mean, you know, Adrian's just a pilot now, man.
Yeah, but I passed it off to you. That's punishment. You get the George jobs, bro.
I'll take a lighter to the port. Give my men a day of shore leave while we get this worked out.
That sounds good.
Let me know when and where you want to meet.
Yep, I'll set up a meeting at one of the bars.
All right.
Have our drink
You'll
and then
meet
have our
there when
food.
you're ready.
Hotel lobby.
Till then.
I am writing Pierre a primer for how not to be a bitch before military officers, because he has done at least twice. People have been like, yeah, we want to talk to a real military person. And if you think I can't do this, I have secret ton military and I have a shit ton of military skills.
Yeah.
I like the idea that Pierre orders a drink.
Imperialis, all right.
I like the idea that Pierre orders a drink in front of the Space Marine or whatever, and he's just like, I'm sorry, my glass is too small. I need more umbrellas. Can you make my glass bigger so I can have more umbrellas in my drink, please?
Well, certainly Adrian and Nero, being military people, get the impression from this guy he is very much a first impressions count type person. You know, if Pierre doesn't impress him, he won't have respect for Pierre at any point in the future.
I'm writing the book. I'm like halfway done by the time the call is hung up.
Better just give him the Cliff Notes version, Nero.
I mean, you know, it's how a boomer would tell you to do a job interview, right? Look him in the eye, dress nicely, give him a firm handshake.
Order your drink neat.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Do you know how to light a cigar, Lord Commodore?
Well, I love that you and me are on the same page here, Spoon. I slide my notes over to Adrian so he can double check them and make sure I haven't left anything out.
You have your butler cut the tip for you and then light it and then put it in your mouth. Please. What do you mean?
Oh, is Rental Kiosk actually still here?
No.
Ah, no. Fuck. Where did we leave him?
He returned to Scintilla to manage your estates.
Damn it.
Yeah. He's too old. Didn't have children.
You need a new butler. It's Cade. He just does every job we need somebody to do.
Okay. So anything else needs to be done in this strategic meeting?
I would like to, I mean, I don't know that it has to happen, but I'd like to invite the captain to join a private council on the nature of fate and how to avoid getting murdered by the marionette. And I'd like to inform Shrain that Ordo Xenos Inquisitor Lynette Ress is on board the station right now, just in case he needs to talk to her. Check in to see if he's got any orders for me, since I have completed all of my tasks with a S+ clear rate, except for time.
What was your max combo?
I blew up a fucking invasion fleet, bro, with a cash register.
So are you addressing this with the captain directly or going through Dawn as an intermediary?
I am addressing it to the captain directly, but I'm asking Dawn to stand nearby during it. I'm just like, hey, Dawn, I need you to stand nearby and nod when I say things. I have a secret council on fate, and I need your Space Marine captain to join in, because he's basically the only living expert we have on this. He'll do literally anything for you, so I kind of need you to manipulate him into joining me. I assure you,
my
it sounds...
Space Marine?
Yeah, you're a Space Marine. That one. I point to the captain.
I don't quite understand, Nero.
He's literally wearing a badge with your face on it.
Wait, that's my fit?
No, it's your order, right? It's the...
Yeah, it's the order. Yeah, the order. Yeah.
But Nero is prone to exaggeration and bullshit, so...
That's just my order sigil. That's just nothing unusual.
Let me ask you, Don, how many Space Marines have you met that wear non-regulation anything?
I've only met a handful of Space Marines.
Okay. I also have only met a handful of Space Marines.
And they're all in this room.
They follow orders extremely strictly. For him to do this, he thinks extremely highly of you. All I'm asking is that you help me get this guy to help save all of us. Because as long as the marionette is predicting everything we do, I won't be able to shoot it in the head. He's gonna Kang the Conqueror me. He's gonna have the temp pad set to dodge all my bullets. And I know you know that reference.
Dave doesn't know that reference either, so...
You not watch Loki?
I mean, oh, right. Okay, yes, I did. I get it now.
Okay.
Good job. So, I mean...
Don, I know I'm being weird about this, but this is actually a really reasonable request, I think. Don't you agree, Horatio?
Manipulate him? I don't like that you talk
I
to
need to
a
get
frog.
generic frog soundboard.
Okay,
Wait,
so
you don't like that I talked to the frog? You don't like the frog? The frog saved us. Back on the station.
the fact that you have some sort of relationship with an animal like this and you seem to revere it is very close to heretical.
I would not say I revere it. I respect it. He's like a companion or, like a familiar. Look, the frog's owner was a good friend of mine. He recently died through circumstances I couldn't control, just like Rosen. I'm just looking after the pet of a deceased friend who probably
So what do
saved
you
our
need me to
lives.
do with this?
I just need you to convince him that it's a good idea to join our secret council.
Am I going to be in the secret council, or am I just going to be?
Oh, you listen, Dawn. You can be in the secret council. I just thought you wouldn't enjoy it, but you can certainly come and join. We got a lot of cool people in there. Henriette's in there. Rosen's dead. I think most of the people that are in it are actually dead now.
That's what I thought too.
Brianni's asleep for like 2 weeks.
I didn't want to point it out.
Look, it's really hard keeping a secret council on how to escape fate and destiny, Dawn, and I'm trying my best here to make sure that we succeed.
All right, fine. I will make sure that your needs go heard, but I'm not sure that I have the ear of the Space Marine captain like you think I do.
Okay, let's go over and talk to him real quick. We'll see who's right.
It's not about who's right. It's okay, fine.
Dawn, I think you're more special than you realize.
All right. So as you're approaching him, he says, Sister Leteinia, it's good that you came over. I need to talk with you about something as well.
Sure.
And Master Bullet from memory, yes?
Yep, I'm a Baron now as well.
Very well, Baron Bullet.
You can still call me Master. I just wanted you to know I've updated my CV. Here's my resume in case you need a mercenary in the future.
Our prognosticators have told us many things about you, Sister Leteinia, or things about your potential destiny in the conflict that is to come. This is one of the reasons that we returned, is to ensure that you could see your fate through. If the signs are to be believed, in the final battle, you will command a god.
That is an interesting premonition.
We don't understand it. I had hoped that maybe something in this premonition would make some sense to you, but this is what the prognosticators have called for.
So, James, this is a little odd question, but when someone says God to a missionary or someone of the ecclesiarchy, what does that actually mean? Do they say
It's a hugely loaded term. So, I mean, for example, the only gods that probably the Imperium regularly recognize is obviously the God Emperor, and then the four Chaos gods. But it's also recognized that different Xenos species have gods. But is a god not just a powerful, for example, the Necrons have their silent king, who you could be considered to be a god, but it's really just a very powerful Necron. But by the same time, they have the Catan, like that thing that you killed on the planet, or the shard of the Catan. The you could have called the Last Scion a god, for example.
All right, I turn to the captain and I say, "There's only one god, sir, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't dress like that." Just in case you're wondering, that's a reference.
Yeah, it is.
It is a
The fact that Silver Skulls use the term God here is more about what it's clearly it's more about what their prognosticators have stated. They are one of the few chapters that does still revere the Emperor as a god, though, as well. So they understand, they do recognize and use the concept of divinity in their doctrine.
Now, when you say God, are you referencing something of my own faith and beliefs, or is this the person who witnessed the event and their faith and beliefs? Like, which way does that line?
I guess, well, I wouldn't say guess. I would say the way that fate views it.
Captain, as long as we're talking about fate, I have a potential opportunity I'd like to speak to you about. We are forming a secret council in order to fight the idea of fate. And we could use someone with your experience and knowledge in this realm to tell us what the hell's going on.
Of course, but back to this.
Oh, yes, of course, thank you. I turned to Dawn, I'm just like, fucking nailed it. Nailed it. Damn, I'm so good at this.
Like, just like a little tiny, like, fist bump to yourself?
Yeah. I don't expect you to be commanding the God Emperor, nor do I believe you are the sort of person that would deign to control the gods of the Chaos Forces. So I can only assume that you will bend some Xenos god to your will.
Oh, Dawn, don't you keep having dreams about that Eldar guy?
I'm like, Dawn just like, just sort of just like...
Yeah. I'm just here to make things awkward.
Well,
Tell me of these dreams.
Tell me of your dreams. Come on now, you gotta finish the line.
Which line do you mean, sorry?
Stoon!
Ah, sorry, yeah.
So Dawn will, give him the cliff notes, essentially, of, what she's uncovered about this Eldar. I forget his name now, sorry. It's
Talon Balewing.
Right, yes. And that, she believes it's more of, it's less of a dream incursion and more of just like a communication. So it's less, spiritual and more like just like an average communication.
Just a totally average cell phone call in your brain in the middle of the night, yeah.
Yeah, at least that's how she sort of like, internalizes it. At least.
Yeah, well, he acknowledges this is clearly, if not a psychic ability, at least something related to the warp, and certainly it would explain the connections that our prognosticators have seen around you. That you are connected. So, in my belief, then, your association with this Eldar would potentially bring an Eldar god to the field in our favor in the final battle, whatever that may look like.
I see. I have my reservations about even communicating with a creature like this, but I don't really have any say in the matter, to be honest with you.
As well, you should. I could, well, myself or one of our prognosticators could teach you to filter this out, but do you not fear that would then pull you away from this fate?
When it comes to fate, the only reason that I continue to humor this creature is to give the Lord Captain an opportunity to create some sort of benefit from it. At least that's how I've been taught to handle such situations, rather than outright. And I sort of like look at Nero, destroy them. So, questions first, fire later.
Perhaps you have been the one chosen for this because this is the hardest journey for you to make.
I feel like I'm swallowing bile every single time that I talk to him. So, it's. I would hate to say that I've become accustomed to it, but it certainly feels like that sometimes.
I know what it's like being jaded, and I look at the camera.
Well, no growth comes without challenge.
It's strange that you would say something like that, because I also believe that putting ourselves into a situation where we can experience hardship is the only way to move forward as a person and as a human.
Right. He puts his massive hand on your shoulder.
I like sink several inches.
Yeah.
You know, like
I have seen firsthand the depth of your faith, Sister Leteinia. I believe that whatever challenges lay before you, you will face with all of your heart and all of your will. I only hope it doesn't cost you your life.
And some Lord of the Rings elvish music starts playing.
if it's for the right cause, my life is insignificant as a cost. I actually do have a question for you, if you don't mind me asking. I'm not familiar with the ways of, the Space Marines or your order or your chapter, but Nero has informed me that the insignia of my order, emblazoned on your pauldron, is in fact unique. Can I inquire as to why you have done such a thing?
He holds up a bunch of idol merch that I sold him while no one was looking. He's got Dawn body pillow.
As a captain, I am given some right to personalize my battle plate. I chose to recognize the significance of your order because of your actions in saving my life on Regina 4.
I start elbowing Don. Exactly what I said, Captain.
I see. I'm very flattered. I only did what was necessary of me. I hope you understand.
I only continue to work in Fate's Weave because of your actions. Everything that happened, everything that I accomplish now, I lay at your feet.
Dawn's probably a little taken aback about this because
I'm elbowing her some more.
Normally when people receive healing from Dawn, it's all like cheers, and then they get a thumbs up, and then they
get themselves hurt again.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because you're normally healing Nero.
So Dawn's definitely a little taken aback, and it's like I honestly have no words. This is thank you. I will take care with the honor that you've bestowed upon me.
What's the name of Don's order again? The Burned Rose?
No,
Am I mixing up orders? I feel like I might be doing that.
It's I got it. Hang on 1 second.
All right.
It is the Cleansing Flame.
Cleansing Flame. All right. I turn to the captain and I hand him a prototype product menu, and I'm just like, we happen to have just had a fresh run of Sister Dawn Leteinia merchandise.
I'm sorry, what?
See here, Order of the Cleansing Flame memorabilia is selling quite well on the station.
He completely ignores what Nero said and continues with what Dawn just said. No words are necessary. We should spar. That is the way that warriors express themselves.
I would like that very much. I'm afraid you would probably best me, but it would be nice to actually compete against someone who I can fail against.
So with his hand on her shoulder, he sort of turns Dawn so both their backs turn on Nero, and he leads
Nero's not hurt. He's already made the sale on the shuttle.
So he does look over his shoulder and there's send me details of this council of yours.
It's just You know, you're that guy in the anime who like sells panty shots of the girl that the guy likes.
No. Do not make Nero that character. Not even close. Nero's the Rogue Trader character who remembered that this is a Rogue Trader show and not Dark Heresy.
No, you're definitely Reagan. I'll give you that.
Reagan?
Okay.
What?
I mean,
From Mob Psycho.
Oh, I haven't seen Mob Psycho. I only saw the first episode. No, go ahead, Spoon. Speak your piece.
I don't know many rogue traders that peddle T-shirts, other than ourselves, of course.
Yeah, what else are we gonna sell? Okay, I'm trying to keep us on track. We're merchants. We sell things. We spend all of our time investigating heresies.
That's it's been pretty profitable.
You know, on Serenity, they took little China dolls and they sold them. It was a whole plot point. There's a whole episode about it. You know what? How many little China dolls do we have? Zero. Zilch. None. We don't even have cows, okay? I'm trying to make it work.
We have a lot of guns.
But we never sell them. We just keep acquiring them.
Well, we've sold guns.
We
before.
occasionally sell them, but mostly we just take them from people after they're dead.
Mm-hmm.
We have like 100. We have 99 autocannons at the moment, and then we'll have like 101 that we'll get later, just to even it out.
I forgot about that plot line.
I think we still have about 5,000 las guns still.
Still got quite a few bottles of Renya.
Rinka.
Yeah, Rinka.
Yeah, we've got enough Rinka to drown an Imperial Guard regiment.
It's a good thing we've got an Imperial Guard regiment. Look.
Oh shit, we should have sent some Rinka with the Lord Commodore.
What makes you think I didn't already do that? But yeah, for real though, I like to remind people that this actually is a Rogue Trader game, not a Dark Heresy campaign.
I was just saying at the beginning of the episode with chat that we're like basically a step away from an Inquisitor cell.
Yeah.
Let's take a break.
Yeah, let's take a break. When we come back, I guess Dawn is gonna fight a guy twice her size. You know, James, it didn't hurt when he turned and left me alone, but it did hurt when Dawn said that was her only challenge, was fighting someone who wasn't Nero. What was the implication? That hurt. We'll be back in 8 minutes for the second half. Well, that'll be like an hour.